So we're back in Miami.
We're back.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I mean, the sun is shining. It's good weather. I'm excited to get on track tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think like this is probably the race this year that I'm the most excited for.
Really?
Yeah.
Like vibe of the track.
Everything. Like the vibe of like the fans and like the vibe of Miami. Like, you know, Miami's got a specific vibe to it. The vibe of being back home.
Yeah, that's true.
I had good results here last year. I got my first F1 Academy podium here last year, so excited to be back. Yeah, I mean, I love the circuit as well to drive. It's really nice. So.
I mean, it's good for passing for us.
Yes.
We got a long back straightaway.
Well, yeah, because hopefully we qualify at the front and we have to do passing in the first race.
Exactly.
So.
Set the expectations high.
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of feel like I learned not to spin in the first sector because that's kind of a bad idea in qualifying.
Yeah, I think overall I've just gotten a bit better at adapting to the track changes and like getting a better qualifying than last year, because essentially last year every race that I did was a reverse grid race. I was usually starting 7th, 8th, around there anyway, but hopefully I'm starting 7th or 8th again in the first race, in the reverse grid race. But yeah, I mean, I think just in general, just driving, seat time has been the biggest thing. My favorite part about the track is the overtaking opportunities, for sure. Like, it just makes the racing so much more exciting. I mean, obviously, like, when you're running up front, you don't want the people behind you to overtake, so you, like, want a track where you can't overtake, but it's like, I think it's fun to be able to make moves, you know. I mean, you can defend pretty well here as well, so, I mean, we'll see how the races go, but it'll make an exciting race.
I like how diverse the track is. You know, how Sector 1's pretty fast and flowing, and then you get into kind of Sector 2, and it's tight and narrow with, like, the chicane and everything, and then you have the long back straightaway. So I think there's a lot of different types of corners that suits different people, so everybody...
You know what else I think is really cool is, like, when you drive around the track, there's so many places where the, like, fans are.
Yeah.
There's like those like buildings that have those like cabanas and stuff on them, the marina, and then all the grandstands. So like when they're all like full, it's like so crazy to just see how many fans come out and see us.
I think your engineer should tell you not to stop looking at people.
I can't help. I just like take a little look. I like to like take a little peek.
I feel like it's so nice to have the home crowd. You know, it feels just that much more special to be racing here. At the same time, I think it puts a little bit more pressure as well, because you want to do good.
Yeah.
You're at home. I don't know.
I feel like I kind of put enough pressure on myself already to want to do well. And so like, I mean, obviously when I'm driving, I don't really notice the crowd or anything, only on like my out lap and like behind safety cars, cool down lap. But yeah, I mean, when you're driving, you're kind of just focused on yourself and like doing as best as you can and like just so focused on the race.
Right.
But it's like really cool, like when you're out of the car, like you're back at the paddock and like, you know, there's all the fans walking around and, you know, you're like saying hi to everybody, signing autographs, taking pictures, and it's just such a cool vibe.
Totally.
I just like that the fans are American here.
Yeah, it's true.
Familiar accents.
English language, so pretty nice for us.
And like, I think the support of F1 and F1 Academy in the US has been growing a lot, and like, it's just like, it's really cool to just see fans come out like for us in F1 Academy.
For me, I think it's really cool because I feel like I see more female fans in the US than we do
I think
other
so,
places.
yeah.
So I think it's really nice to see that as well.
Yeah.
I think we have a good support system in the US for motorsport, for women especially. I mean, to be honest, going to when I first started karting, I was the only girl in my entire series at my local karting track, and now go down there for practice sometimes, and there's 4 or 5. You know, I think it's growing a lot, so I think there's much more appreciation here in the US, especially with how we're such big into sports.
Yeah, I mean, like the US is such a big country in general. Like there's always a place to drive, always a place to find somebody that you know or somebody to support you. And so I think that's like kind of what makes the US unique, is that like just the support that everyone has. Like women's sport in general has been growing a lot in the US recently. It's been like a big topic in the news and in like pop culture, is just like supporting females and everything. And so I think the US just has like so much more support, and like they're really putting an emphasis on it.
Yeah.
I know motorsport isn't like a big thing for girls to try, but I think you'll like surprise yourself almost with how fun it is. Just like the support that you get is actually like really positive. I mean, I think a lot of girls are hesitant to get into the sport because they think, oh, I'm a girl, I'm racing up against a bunch of boys, like nobody's really gonna like me. You know, I think there's always somebody there to support you, and I always.
We're here to support you.
I mean, yeah, we're here.
We're here because we want to show all the young girls here in the U.S. that it is possible, and that us too, we grew up here, we started karting, we worked our way to here now racing around the world, and I think that now we just give them a good show and hopefully they'll want to join us.
I mean, there's especially like a stigma around like being from the U.S., racing in the U.S., and thinking you can't make it over to Europe. But I mean, I've lived in the US my whole life. I've grown up racing go-karts in the US, racing open wheel cars in the US in my first year, but still managed to make my way into F1 Academy. And I think that it kind of just proves that you don't have to like take any crazy leaps, move to Europe when you're like 8 years old, do any of that to make it in European motorsport. And
There's
like F1 is
easier route now.
Yes. F1 is expanding a lot in the US now, especially, so I think that too kind of helps to kind of boost the profile within America.
For me, it's not a responsibility, but it's a privilege.
Yeah.
To be able to show young girls that it's possible, and to be a representation of the women in motorsports in the U.S.
I mean, first and foremost, we race because we enjoy it and we want to win. I think that's like the first thing on our mind when we show up to the racetrack, but just something that kind of comes off of that is also being able to inspire the next generation. Win. I want to win at home.
Win at home.
I got a podium at home last year, so just do like one better.
Okay, perfect. Same.
Easy.
Good goal.